everyone. Today when I woke up it was a beautiful sunny day, and it was the sort of day where I just didn't want to stay inside at all. So here I am again. I'm going to walk from Aberdour to Dalgety Bay. We've got the radioactive beach here, and I think I'm going to answer some questions and just have a little chat on the way to Aberdour. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you may be thinking, haven't I seen this before? Haven't we seen the radioactive beach and the castle and everything else? You have. So this time I'm going to be doing just more of a chat really. We'll have some nice scenery in the background, but ultimately it's just going to be a bit of a chatty vlog. If you want to see the version of this walk where I go into great depth about the different landmarks, I'm going to link it down below so you can check that out. But otherwise, I hope you enjoy. When I was picking out stuff to wear today, I wanted to have something on that was lightweight but would keep me warm if it got really dark and horrible and wet. And I found my YouTube jacket, and I was given this at the end of last year, and then the community that I'm a top contributor for closed down, so I don't actually have a use for this jacket. So if you can think of anything fun I might be able to do with this jacket, I might customise it. It's a nice little bomber jacket. Then do let me know down below. I'm round at the old church again because I find it so hard to walk past this place and not come and say hello, because it was somewhere I just really thought was amazing as a kid. And I know I said that in the other vlog, but I don't care. So let's go up here and just get some amazing views again. Look at this. It's just wonderful, and it's amazing to me that this hasn't been knocked down at all or tried to be replaced with something else. It's just managed to stay standing here, which is really, really cool. So anyways, I'm going to get back on the walk, because if I don't, I'll end up just staying here, let's be honest, because I could. It's nice and peaceful and there's lovely views of the sea. Now I'm heading along the path to Braefoot Bay, which is, I think, it's owned by the military or something. It's not really an area you're supposed to go in, but this path you are allowed to go along. It's like a right-of-way thing. So usually I'd be along the path by where that set of bushes is, but today I'm going to come along this path instead. And I think eventually I do join that path again, but this is like a little mini adventure. Like, I've been along this walk so many times as a kid, but I've never been along this bit. So this is a little bit different, and I don't know what I'm going to see. So this could be good. Hello, darling. Are you a fan? It's nice to meet you. You don't have to hide in the bushes, though. You can come up and say hello to me. Do you know that? Hello, my darlings. I'm making loads of new friends here. I get the feeling they're not going to subscribe though. Maybe they're just like fair weather friends. That thing there, I thought was the Eiffel Tower. And when I was little, I used to climb up on a climbing frame at the playground we used to go to, and I'd be like, I'm so high, I can see the Eiffel Tower. And my mum was just like, sweetie, that's not the Eiffel Tower, that's just a telegraph tower somewhere. Like a transmitter is the word I'm looking for, transmitter. So yes, I obviously wasn't well travelled as a child. This is Braefoot Bay, and it's owned by the Ministry of Defence. So it's not really a place where you can go and snoop around and stuff. I can't remember exactly what they do here, but I just know from childhood it's a place that we didn't ever go to. So yeah, there's a mystery for the video. I am just going to go home and Google it, and then I'll put a link down below in the description, or I'll say in the description what I found out about it if anybody's particularly interested. I can see something in this field now. Is it a duck? I think it's a duck. I'll know for sure when I get home. It could just be a pigeon. Just call me David Attenborough. Have I just spotted a pigeon? Update for you all. I just turned the camera off. It flew away. It was a pigeon. This is why people come to my vlogs, to see good quality nature. Sorry guys, that was a pigeon. 3 weeks ago, we were totally snowed under in Scotland. And when I say snowed under, I know that some countries have more snow than what we got. But in Scotland, we don't really know how to handle it, if I'm totally honest. The roads suffer, and as a result, everything shuts down. So we were unable to really leave the house. We could walk to places, but then places like the shops were shut because the staff couldn't get in, and there wasn't really anywhere to go unless you were walking a dog. Let me just get that thing off there. Okay, there we are. This is a super casual vlog. I'm not even gonna edit that out. We're just gonna keep that in. So it's really funny to me that we went from that to summer so quickly. And I know that this doesn't look particularly summery, but realistically this is what summer's like in Scotland. A nice spring day is like a meh summer's day. So I'll take it, and I'm glad I've made the use of it. I know I've said that a few times, but I really am glad I've made the use of it, because when I was stuck indoors, I just wished that I could go anywhere, even if it was just to the other side of the town. I was just wishing that I wasn't in the house. It's fairly serene out here today. There's not as many cars as I expected to see on the roads. And I don't know if that's because everybody's getting ready for Easter. I don't really know. But all the same, it's been really nice. The blue sky is coming out again there. And I've had a fun day. I think I'm just going to sit down here for a minute in the sand. Because again, it felt like when the snow was everywhere, like I wasn't going to see sand again, and I know that's awfully dramatic, but there we go. And I was talking about my YouTube jacket earlier. The reason they usually give people YouTube jackets is so that when they go to events and things, they can represent. And that kind of got me thinking about which events I'm going to this year. I've already missed VidCon EU. I'm not really sold on that one, if I'm totally honest. I don't really know what to think of it just yet. It might be that in the future I decide to go, but this year I wasn't overly enthused by the idea. And then the next one that people probably ask me about is VidCon US. And I'm definitely not going to that because I'm going to see Taylor Swift instead. So I won't be there. And then Summer in the City is in London. And London is one of those places where I can take fairly last-minute journeys to, and it's not a big deal. So I feel like it's way too early to decide whether I'm going to Summer in the City or not. I'd love to go, and if I'm able to sort it out with work and things, then I would love to be there again, see everybody. But I don't know for sure at the moment, and I feel like Summer in the City is one that you really need to ask me about nearer the time, like maybe July. July I'll probably have more of an idea whether or not I'm going. I'm just kind of sitting here digging, and I found this massive stone, and it reminds me of the Philosopher's Stone. So there we are. I'm just casually sitting on a beach digging like I'm 5 years old. There's actually like a toddler down there who's really, I don't know, she's better behaved than I am right now. I'm just kind of picking through the sand and enjoying myself. While we're in Aberdour, I'll just show you something that if you've been listening to the weird funny stories I wrote as a kid, this is the inspiration for one of the stories. If you've heard me talking about the story called Brats, which had Tash and Bex in, and they were twins, they were going to live with their mum for the first time in a big house. The big house is just over here. I'm just going to show you on the camera here. I don't know the story behind this house. Whether it's somebody's residence, whether it's an office block, if anybody lives there just now, I have no idea. But I used to see this view on the way past as we drive by Aberdour, and it just looked like the middle of nowhere. And I wrote that story about it. I could see it pictured there, and whenever I imagine there being like a movie version, that's the house I pictured. So there we are, because right now we're in a village, and then that just looks like it's just the middle of nowhere. Like, if you didn't know there was a town around here, you would think this was the countryside, and that's what I really love about it. Now this is an area of Aberdour I've never seen before. It's the Aberdour Sensory Garden, and I'm guessing it's for people to really like feel different things. I don't know. I don't really know what constitutes a sensory garden. I'm just reading about the history of this site, and it used to be Aberdour Primary School years and years ago, like over 100 years ago, and then in 1967 they built a new primary school. I actually walked past it earlier, and this one got demolished in 1974, and the Village in Bloom, who do all the wonderful flowers around Aberdour, decided to modernise it, and I really like how it's turned out. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. So I really think they've done a good job, and it's like really well looked after and things. So I'm pretty pleased with the result. I can't believe I've never been here before. Really pleasantly surprised by this. I've walked past this place so many times, but I've never stopped to have a look. So I think this is definitely going to be somewhere I come back to whenever I'm visiting Aberdour, because it's really, really pretty. And now that I've been there, I feel like it's somewhere that shouldn't be missed. I've just bumped into a lovely lady, that's her, cycling away there, and she caught me vlogging and wondered what I was up to. So we've just had a bit of a chat about, you know, the whole channel and things, the kind of industry as a YouTube creator, because she said there as well, and I think it's a popular misconception that YouTubers make a lot of money, and YouTubers can make a lot of money, but they don't make a lot of money just purely from their videos being on YouTube. You really need to have a following, you need to have merchandise and things, get paid for appearances and everything like that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but when somebody says, don't you make loads of money from that, I do feel like I need to correct myself there. I'm heading home now. We're just going along the same path. I don't think I'm going to go via Braefoot Bay again. It was a nice enough path, but I feel like the real nostalgia comes from the path that I used to walk along. And this time we haven't got the big steep hill to go up as well, so it's all good, it's all good. I've been thinking a bit more about what that lady said to me back at the bottom of the hill there. We were talking about YouTube, and I said, I've just walked from Dalgety Bay to Aberdour, and I filmed the whole thing, and she said, you're putting us on the map then, and I don't think really one video is going to put them on the map, obviously. You know, I've not really got that big a following, but it did make me think, if we're going to put Aberdour on the map, just over there is Edinburgh. You could totally come to Aberdour on a day trip if you were in Edinburgh. It's like an hour on the train, and you can see all of this for yourself. So yes, if you're ever visiting Edinburgh and you want to see one of the hidden gems of Fife, I'd definitely say come on a day trip to Aberdour or even Dalgety Bay. You can go along this lovely coastal walk. It's always here, all year round. Although, to be honest, I'd probably only do it in the summer. It's totally somewhere that you could go that's a little bit different from everywhere in Edinburgh. When I get to the end of this path, I'll probably start to get all camera shy about vlogging again and things, because this is starting to be Dalgety Bay again, and I'll probably see more dog walkers and things again. Like, everybody's pretty much going to come back. I really need to be less embarrassed and less apologetic when people catch me vlogging. You'd think after 3 years that would be something that would come a bit more naturally, but not really, not really. Okay, and for those of you who are following along, I'm pretty much back at where I turned to go off to Braefoot Bay instead of carrying on along that big road there. So that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that walk, and I am glad I came out today. I'm genuinely glad. Like, I would have just sat at home and not really done anything. So I'm back at the Kirk again, and the sun is starting to go down, I think. Like I said, I'm not very good at figuring out these things, but certainly it's in my face more. It's got kind of a reddy vibe to it, so I'd say that's the sun going down. So I think I'm going to end it here for today, guys. Thank you very much for joining me on this adventure, this local adventure, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it and you haven't seen the other version of this video, then I'm going to link it down below so you can check that out as well. And thanks very much, everybody. Cheerio. Thanks again for watching, everybody. If you'd like to see the original version of this video, you can check it out here. I go through the landmarks a lot more on that one, and YouTube have suggested a video you might like over here, so go and check that out. And if you haven't already and you want to stay up to date with my latest videos, don't forget to subscribe over here. Thanks again, everyone. Cheerio.